Today I'm checking out this 55 amp smart RV converter charger. This is basically a charger that will charge all different types of battery banks for your RV or really whatever you need it for. Now I was sent this at no cost so I could do this review, but let's go ahead and get this thing out of the box, see everything it comes with. This is going to be used with my RV. So I recently put in a RV converter in my RV. I took out the one that was in there because it would only do lead acid batteries. And I put in one that would do, a little bit of everything, but it would do lithium. So this is the same kind of thing. It's an all-in-one. It does all the different types of batteries you would put in your RV. So they call it an all-in-one because it can handle all of those and it can do a fixed output if you want to do that. But it has the smart modes. It has like 4 different modes where it will adjust based upon how it's charging and the charge rate of your batteries and the capacity, everything. So let's go ahead and get this thing out of the box and see everything it comes with. All right, so now I've got it out of the box. This is everything it comes with. It, of course, comes with the manual and it comes with a converter. It comes with a small screwdriver. I'll show you why in a minute. It comes with 3 extra fuses. You've already got the 3 fuses in here. These are to help you with the fuse will blow instead of it, if you hook it up backwards, do anything like that. So instead of burning the board, it'll just pop a fuse. You put new fuses back in. It comes with these extras, so that's great. This is a little tool to switch those out, and these are little covers that you snap and put on top of the fuse to cover them up, just in case, you ever even get close to touching these right here so they don't short. So that's what comes with it, and you've got over here, you got 2 LEDs, charge and a mode. You got your fuses, of course. So you got your 2 blocks right here where you can put in your cables, either directly to a bus bar. You could put alligator, type of wires on here and hook them like a battery charger, wire it straight into your RV, whatever you want to do. This is the ground block. This is the opening for the fan. It's got a nice big fan back here on this side. This side is blank. And this side here has a switch that lets you switch between these modes: lead acid, fixed output, or lithium. So this section here, you use the screwdriver that it came with, you put it in there. There is a little screw hole there. I can't see it from this angle, but there's a screw in there that you twist and it allows you to adjust the voltage. And that would specifically be for the fixed output. So if you're doing fixed output, you can adjust the voltage on fixed output. But if not, you can say this is lead acid or AGM or lithium, and it will do everything by itself. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to read the manual, get more familiar with this converter here, and then I'm going to go ahead and hook up just right here a bank of batteries that I have. I'm going to hook this charger up to them, and then I'm going to test what the voltage and everything looks like as it's charging, so we can see if it's working, it's doing what it needs to do. I am going to be putting this in our RV. My plan is I already have a converter there, so this is going to be an extra converter that I bolt into the storage bay area where I have my batteries. So if we're off grid and the solar just really isn't cutting it, or we need to charge our batteries real quickly, I can just, hook this one here directly into the generator. And instead of trying to power the whole RV off the generator, I can just charge the batteries with this, basically using this as a 55 amp smart charger. And it just gives me that much more versatility to keep my batteries topped off when, I need to use the generator or something. So I'm going to go ahead, get all that set up, and then we'll test out what it's doing. All right, so what you're seeing here is this is the converter here. I have it plugged in to an outlet over here to the right of it, and I've got this pretty much set up the way I think I need to use it and all ready to go. I did use the screwdriver, and I came over here and I set this to lithium, which is one of the bottom options here, and it looks like it has a different color LED based upon what the setting is. So when I turn it on, this mode here should show the right LED, which I believe is orange. And then it's got 2 color LEDs, I think orange for charging and green for, fully charged. So that'd be here. And then the rest of this is all, pretty straightforward. If it is mounted into the RV, of course, I would have it grounded, but since it's not, there's no chassis to ground it to. And then I got this little multimeter here that I'm looking at. The wiring, I just put this, temporary connection here to this battery bank that I pulled out of the RV. We've got multiple battery banks in the RV, and this is one of the parallel banks that I have here that is just using all of these in 12 volt format. They're just parallel connected. Right now, the resting voltage is at 13.3. So some of these were, charged better than others. So what I did is I put them all together in parallel and I let them rest for a day so that way they would somewhat equalize in power. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn this thing on and see, if the LEDs come out right, if the voltage starts changing for the different smart phases, and just kind of watch what it does. All right, so I just turned it on, and as you can see, it is doing what I expected it to. The mode here is an orange LED, which means it's in the lithium mode, and then it's also got this orange light here showing the charging mode. And if you look here at the actual connectors, it's saying 14.42 volts. So it is putting out 14.4 volts into the battery bank that we have here. And my assumption is that it's going to keep pumping that out until it gets relatively high on the voltage, and then it's probably going to go into another one of its phases, which may affect the voltage, because what it's supposed to do is monitor the voltage on these batteries and then kind of trickle charge them at the end to get them topped off nice. Usually when they do that, you'll see the voltage fluctuate. But I'm going to go ahead and let this run and just make sure it gets everything topped off right, and then we'll check the batteries and see what their voltage is. One thing I did want to note is there is some noise from the fan, but this isn't real noisy. This one is about medium sounding to me. I mean, like, it's not the worst I've heard, it's not the quietest I've heard, but it's definitely quiet enough where I think if you mount this where you would normally mount these in, like I said, a storage area or in a back cabinet area, you really wouldn't hear this one very much. So I do like the fact that it's not just real noisy when it comes to fan noise. All right, so it did finish charging. As you can see here, the charge light is now green. That means it has gotten to the peak of the charge here. And I believe what it's going to be doing is putting out a small amount of power to these batteries to get them topped off all the way. So it's kind of got like a trickle charge, but it is green. So let's see. It's showing 14.6 right now with this plugged in and pushing power to it. So that's that top off charge that I was talking about, that it's still pushing to the batteries. So I'm going to actually unplug this so we can see what the resting voltage for these batteries are. It took a second for the power to go off because of the capacitors and everything, but as you can see right now, it's showing about 13.9. And what this is going to do is these are going to slowly drop as the resting voltage is hit on these batteries, which is normally around 13.6. But as you can see, when it turns off, it's no longer sending that extra little bit of voltage out, so it's no longer 14.6. And that's it. But yeah, so far it seems to be tested well. Batteries look like they're powered up all the way. So I'm going to be using this in our RV as an extra battery charger when we're running our generators. I think it's going to do great. I hope this information was helpful. Thank y'all very much for watching. Take care.